Hi, my name's John. Welcome to part 2 of the review of this little SIP 130 amp inverter MIG welder. In part 1 we did the flux core. In part 2 I'm going to do stick welding using some of these things, stick welding rods, and I'm also going to put some solid wire in, put my gas supply on and do some straightforward conventional MIG. Anyway, let's get stuck in and see what it'll do with the stick rods. If you remember in the last part of the video when we did the flux core welding, we were using electrode negative. That's to say the actual gun is negative and the earth is positive. For stick welding you use positive live, negative earth most of the time. There are some rods that run negative live. So all we need to do is take that out from there, put the earth lead into the negative, then our electrode holder, our stinger, which is this thing here, goes into the positive. Welding rod simply clips into there. Once you turn the set on, this electrode holder and this electrode become live, so you don't put them down on your steel bench. Right, so I'm going to power the set up. I'm going to change this MMA stick welding. Now we're using the big numbers around there. It goes from 40, 55, 90, 100, 115 amps. I've got some little 1.6mm rods here. These weld it normally between 30 and 40 amps, so we'll set that to about there. We'll put a rod in and give it a try. This is 0.8 plate, car bodywork sort of stuff. A little bit hot, it actually blew through there. Turn it down a little bit more. Bit better. So it runs 1.6 rods very nicely. Easy to start the arc's very stable. I like it. Right there, nice little weld beads on there. Nothing the matter with them. These are 60-13 rods. Basic all-purpose rod. And these run between 55 and 85 amps. So we'll go for about 60 amps and we'll give that a try. That's impressive. Very impressive. Beautiful smooth off. Flux comes off nicely. That's not easy to do on a 60-13 rod. I'll give it a little bit more power, the weld's a little bit crowned. Up another 5 amps and we'll try it again. So I'll ask for much more than that really. Right, we'll go up to a 3.2 rod. Once again a 60-13. These run between the 85 and 135 amps. So I'm going to put that on to about 110. and we'll give that a try. That's the little bit of 6mm plate we did the fillet weld on. That is good in there, absolutely lovely. I'll set the other camera up and try and get a video of the actual stick welding process. It's about as good as it gets on a 6013. That is amazing, that. Absolutely amazing. To use the welder as a conventional MIG welder, you need to give it a gas supply. This is a gas supply from my full-size organ bottle, or organ shield bottle. That simply goes onto the back of there like that. I turn the bottle on. There's a little valve in the torch. When you press the trigger, the gas comes out. I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but that's how it works. You are supplied with a little bracket that goes on the back that will take with the little mini bottles of organ or organ mix. Or you can run a CO2 pub bottle. There's various ways around it. Next we need to have a look inside the machine and change the wire over from flux core to solid wire. I use 0.8 wire for everything, basically from car bodywork to fairly heavy stuff. So we'll recover what's left of that bit of wire. I'll just cut the end off nice and clean and remove the tip. Be careful you don't lose the end of this, as it'll end up in tears. Okay, right, so we're going to put that through there. Come on. Through there, block it off, and that's sort of deactivated that roll of wire. Roll of solid wire here. This is available basically any DIY outlet sells it, it's not expensive. Same with the gasless, the flux core stuff. 0.8mm, 0.7 of a kilogram. Right, so there's the live end there, so to speak. You can use the same roller for flux core or solid wire, it doesn't seem to make any difference. The roller has got two sides, 1.6 and 1.8. Right, so we need to get control of the wire again. Right, we've got it. Cut the end off nice and clean. Once again it goes through the guide, across the top of the roller, open to the liner like that. A little bit more tension for the solid wire. Nearly there. That's it. Use the same tips for both gasless and gas MIG or flux core solid wire MIG. Right, basically that's it, ready to weld. We'll power up and set things up for conventional MIG, which is quite simply, that's it there, MIG welding. And you've got a one here, 0.6 or 0.8 wire. Like I say, I prefer 0.8 wire, even on very thin stuff. Right, this is a bit of 3mm plate. I've got the wire set in the middle setting. We'll give it a try and see what happens. Right, and that's straightforward gas MIG. That's as good as any MIG I've used. There's nothing the matter with that. They do slightly less wire. The weld's a little bit proud. Right, so it's excellent on solid wire. I'll put some thinner plate on, try it on some 0.8. Bring things down a little bit. That one's slightly more wire, it's a little bit. That's going right through, 100% penetration, nothing at all the matter with that. Try it on the rusty stuff. It is a cleaner weld than the flux core, I must admit. It's a little bit hot, that will turn it down a little bit. I'll get the other camera and do a little bit of video of the actual weld process, but there's certainly nothing wrong with it. Very impressive. I've got a T-joint set up in 3mm plate. There's a little bit of a gap on the other end of it. I'm going to weld that and I'm going to try and video it. I'm going to weld it from this end and I'm going to go forward. You normally push solid core or gas MIG. I might put a little bit of a weave in, I'm not quite sure. Depends how it welds. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll drag you that side of it just to hear the noise it's making, like a singing, shivering noise. That's the noise you want to hear. I've actually missed the bottom on that a little bit. It is easier pushing, you can see what you're doing. What can I say? I'm going to weld you that side of it using a slightly different setting on the camera so I can get a better image for you. That is several different ways of testing welds. You can x-ray them, you can section them and die penetrate them. What I'm going to use is a weld proving method. It's called the FBH, fairly big hammer. We'll put it in the vise and we'll give it a little bit of a knock and see what sort of result we've got. I think I may put the vise on the ground because this is going to get a little bit exciting here. Right, I've had enough of that. I didn't go nowhere. That's a single spot weld we did with a flux core MIG. This is my little lad Alan, and he's going to try and lift up that anvil with it, so that should be a pretty good test. Right son, pick it up. So that's a good 100 kilos on one little miserable spot weld. Right, to sum it up, it's a good little welder. Simple as that. It performed really well on flux core, exceptionally well on MMA, on stick welding. I was really impressed with that, and it works just like an ordinary MIG works, the way it's supposed to do on gas. I think its main feature is for the do-it-yourself guy who doesn't want the hassle of a bottle of gas and a regulator, or has to work outside. For architectural work, a little bit of fab work, welding your car up, it's a nice little set. Really, it's exactly what it is. For the money, you can't go wrong. There's a link in the description box which takes it to the Extreme website where you can find this and other welders. I don't need this welder, I've got plenty of other welders. So what Rob has kindly suggested I do is I give it away. He's also sent up a clear view quick change helmet. There's some gloves in there as well. If you want a chance to win this, all you need to do is send me an email. That's me. Email address up there, and all you need to put on the email is welder in your name. Your full name, like John Mills, not just John. The names are going to go into a bucket from the day the video is made live, which will probably be tonight actually. Well, it will be tonight because you're watching it now, aren't you? Anyway, from the day the video goes live, you've got 10 days to get your name in to have a chance at winning this. It only applies to UK mainland. I'm obviously not going to send this off to America or Zimbabwe or whatever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I've enjoyed making it. We've had some real fun. We had some fun testing the welds, that was interesting. Anyway, take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see if the old man can pick it up.
Oh, me back.